But Mark, let's end the podcast like we always do. And I always find it funny because on YouTube, hey guys, this is usually the first time you guys see us on YouTube. Is we try to get these out as quick as possible. But if you're on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or Stitcher, you are rolling right along here, ending the podcast last segment that we usually have. We make our picks all the way through, and we got some good ones. Let's start with the Thursday night game. We've got the 5-2 Seahawks, the 4-4 Cardinals. Seattle is a 6-point favorite in this game. Mm-hmm. Mark, who do you got?
Yeah, as they should be. I got to go with Seattle on this one. I like the offense. They can put up points like nobody's business. And I think, this is kind of the time where Seattle comes up hot and they start winning their games in November and December. So they'll go on a roll.
Yeah, I am going to go with the Seahawks in this one. Not confident in the Cardinals ever since the Carson Palmer went down with his injury. Going to go with Russell Wilson. Going to go with the Seahawks here on Thursday night, which, I'm going to say this, and it's going to bite me in the butt, but this is a potential not good Thursday night game, correct? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Another dud for Thursday night?
When do we really get good Thursday night games?
Very few and far between. I think 2 weeks ago was the last one we had an actually good game, or 3 weeks ago, something like that. But now the Sunday game's the first one. We got a noon start here in the Central Time Zone. The Saints taking on the Bills. Good game, or it could be. Saints are a 2.5-point favorite. Who you got in Buffalo?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Saints on this one as well.
Okay.
Drew Brees' offense I like a lot. I really love this defense and what they're doing right now. I know that you're scared because there's too many rookies, and that worries you.
I only get scared of that come playoff time.
Yeah. Right now, I like the Saints.
I am going to go with the Saints as well. I almost picked the Bills, almost hit that upset special button. However, I'm going to go with the Saints in this one, basically because of that defense. Mainly because of that defense. And can the Bills overcome that defense? That will have to be seen this Sunday. Then an interesting one, the Packers and the Bears. Packers are the Bears, are a 5-point favorite. I'm just used to saying that the Packers are a favorite in this game. Times are
changing.
Bears are a 5-point favorite. However, Mark, interesting fact, every single time, and it's only been 5 times in the John Fox era in Chicago, have the Bears been favorites. They are 0-5 as a favorite. This will be the 6th. Who are you going with?
The Bears. 100%. Trubisky's going to go out there and prove he's the GOAT.
You guys know me.
Lights it up. 10 touchdowns.
You guys know me. I like history.
Yeah, you do.
I go with the history. If you're 0-5 as a favorite, odds are you're going to be 0-6. I'm going to take Brett Hundley and the Packers to win this game.
Well, history, he should have thrown at least like 8 touchdowns yesterday against the Lions. I don't know how he didn't.
You got Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
Matt Flynn does. But it wasn't week 17.
Doesn't matter.
That might have been why.
If you're a backup quarterback and you play the Lions.
But that was a week 17 game.
Yeah, sure, but multiple backup quarterbacks have beaten the Lions.
Okay.
And been good.
I'm saying, the Packers did it. It was week 17, so maybe that's why it was a
he
little bit off.
He should have done it.
I'm going to go with the Packers in this one in a kind of shocking pick, mainly because of the fun fact about the Bears being favorites under the John Fox era. Then an interesting one. Lions at home playing the 0-8 Browns.
Is it interesting because Lions were done? Let's move on.
Well, Detroit's a 12.5-point favorite. They are going to help make sure the Browns get closer to 0-16, 0-9.
Oh,
the
you know what? Maybe they do just throw it and say, no, you guys can have this one.
I feel like if you were the head coach, you'd be like, guys, we're losing this one. We got to be the only 0-16 team.
You got to have something.
Going with the Lions in this one over the Browns in a shocker.
That's good. That's good. Me too. Lions.
Then the next one, we've got Bengals and Titans. Tennessee is a 4.5-point favorite. What do you got, Bengals or Titans?
You guys know I like the Titans. They're not going out there and lighting everybody up like I said they should. But I really do like the Tennessee Titans team. I think they have so many pieces out there. And the Cincinnati Bengals, it's a team that just, I don't know. They're not doing poorly necessarily, but it's a team that looks like they're not too far away from collapse.
I am going to go with the Bengals in this one. I'm going to go with the upset. This smells like a game to me that's going to be closer than you think. You think that the Titans are going to run away with it? I think this is going to be like a 23-17 type of game or like a 24-17 type of game, maybe even a 2017 type of game. It's going to be that close game between these two teams, and I'm going to have the Bengals come up on top in Nashville, Tennessee. Then we got a big one. I'm expecting an easy win for the team I'm going to pick. You've got Pittsburgh, you've got Indy. The Steelers are 10-point favorites right now, going with the Steelers to win by at least 3 touchdowns.
Here's my upset here. Indianapolis Colts.
Really?
Jacoby Brissett. I think he's going to go out and do it.
It's because they're riding a win streak. Won last week, they'll win this week.
Oh, the one-game win streak is great. But no, I think Pittsburgh, they will surprise you in bad ways, much like losing to the Chicago Bears. I think this is one of those situations where I feel like Pittsburgh is just that kind of team where they play to the other team's level. Mm-hmm. And I think that they will struggle in this game, and they will play to the Indianapolis Colts level. Jacoby Brissett can go out there and get it done.
It's also on the road. Big Ben don't like playing on the road. However, I'm still going to go with the Steelers in this game. Then, to me, this is the most interesting game of the week. And the reason why it's the most interesting, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Ryan Fitzmagic, playing for the Buccaneers. He is playing his old team in the Jets. We also have Josh McCown playing his old team as he will be starting for the Giants. So we got a couple quarterbacks playing their old team. Jets are 2.5-point favorites. Who you got in Tampa?
This one I have to pick the Jets. This is another team where you can tell with all the emotion out there, with Mevins going ahead and getting into a fight to get himself suspended. This is just kind of a team that Tampa Bay is a team that's just kind of too emotional, and they're kind of not able to control themselves. Very reminiscent to the Cincinnati Bengals that we've seen back last time when we saw them in the playoffs. This is a team that can't get themselves together. I expect big changes coming Tampa Bay's way this coming off season. It's kind of a shame because this team should have been a lot better than they are. Got to go with the New York Jets. I'm
going to go with the Jets as well in this one. I'll take McCown over Ryan Fitzmagic. The Bucs will fall to 2-7. Then another good one. We've got the Vikings at 6-2. The Redskins at 4-4. Interesting enough, Colin Cowherd today put the Redskins as his 9th team in his top 10 hierarchy in the NFL for this week. Vikings are only a 1.5-point favorite. I am going to stay true. I am going to say Skull Vikes. How about you, Vikings or Redskins?
Yeah, I hate to agree with you, but I do think that the Vikings can get it done. I think this defense will be good enough to stop Cousins and his offense. And really, when it comes down to it, that's kind of what matters because Case Keenum's that quarterback where he doesn't lose games. He is not going to go out there and lose it. So as long as his defense keeps him in it, they'll be okay. Minnesota can win.
You know what's the interesting thing about the Redskins? Chris Thompson, their running back, he is the only player in the NFL, I believe, to lead his team in rushing and receiving. He is the Redskins' leading rusher and receiver from the running back position. Then we've got an AFC battle. We've got the 3-5 Chargers, the 5-3 Jaguars. Jaguars are 4-point favorites. Hopefully Leonard Fournette plays. I need him for my fantasy team. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. How about you?
Yeah, I think they'll let him play. They should. I mean, he shouldn't be missing any more practices. His son
he said he's going to be on time. He did say that.
His son doesn't need to know how to read. So I do think that Jacksonville should win this game. I think the Chargers have surprised a lot of people, and I want to give them some credit, but gotta go with that good Jacksonville defense.
Here's the big question about this game. Last week, with the win over the Bengals, the Jaguars broke their streak. They finally won 2 in a row. Is this where they lose 2 in a row? They lose to the Chargers and then lose to the Browns?
Or do they just lose the rest of the season?
Is that what we're going to see?
Who knows?
Oh, geez. You know what I just noticed? If they now continue the win-loss still, the Browns will be a loss for them in 2 weeks. Well, a week.
Well, they got to win one.
You're talking about the Browns. That's what you're talking about. I'm going to go with the Jaguars in this one, though. Then we've got the Texans. Talked about them earlier with Tom Savage going up against the Rams. Rams are a 12-point favorite. I'm going with LA. I think this one's an easy LA victory.
Yeah, I don't know that I can pick Houston to win any more games this year. I don't believe in Tom Savage.
They're just going to go 3-13 the rest of the way.
Yeah. I just don't believe in Tom Savage. That's pretty much all it comes down to. Got to go with the Rams.
Then we've got the Cowboys 5-3, the Falcons 4-4. I'm surprised the Falcons are 3-point favorites because I'm going with the Cowboys.
You know, it's the first game without Zeke.
I will take that line all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first game without Zeke, it's interesting, but this is Dak Prescott's time to shine. He's got to go out there and prove that he's not just a quarterback that relies on a system, dink and dunk, relies on a good running back. He can go out there and he can do it himself. Atlanta, to me, is a team that just can't get it together. They still have the Super Bowl in their heads. I'm not going to believe it yet. I'll go with Dallas.
And you just said without Zeke? Mm-hmm. Is it for sure he's not playing?
As far as I know, he's not playing.
Because I haven't heard anything with them issuing a ruling on that. And I'm looking right now, 13 hours ago, ESPN had a story, Falcons preparing to face Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know if you heard something that I didn't.
Last I thought he wasn't playing, but I mean, who knows what the hell's happening anymore. Come on. It's hard to keep up.
We thought he wasn't playing last week, and then he ended up doing
I didn't even put him in my starting lineup in fantasy. I still won.
I know you didn't. Then we've got, to me, a very, not interesting game, but a very, very intriguing game. See what I did there? I used a different word for interesting.
Well, I think this is a very interesting game.
Then we've got the Giants and the Niners. Giants are a 1-point favorite. So you know what I'm going to do? Pick the tie. I'm going to pick the tie.
They're a 1-point favorite.
This is going to be a tie.
Game somehow.
This will be a tie.
No, I think
Could you imagine if the Niners went 0-15-1?
Still not 0-16. It counts. It's a half win. I got to go with the San Francisco 49ers on this one.
Yeah, I am going to go with them too. I'm not going to pick the tie.
New York is just going to lay down and say, there's your end zone. Enjoy it.
Just like they did last week, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they'd certainly want to get a higher draft pick. And is Jimmy Garoppolo going to play yet or not this week, next week?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I thought he was going to play as soon as possible because they needed him.
Well,
I thought C.J. Beathard was, goodbye, you're getting the bench, but I was wrong. I don't know what the Niners are going to do. I could see the Niners saying, nope, you're not going to play this year. We're shutting you down.
This is John Lynch being a smart guy going, no.
You're going to play next year.
You are going to be our running back now.
Then we got the Sunday night game, the Patriots and the Broncos. Patriots are a touchdown and a half, or I should say 7.5 point favorites.
Touchdown and a half, I get you.
I am going to go with the Patriots over the Broncos because the Broncos don't know what they're doing at quarterback.
Yeah, Bill Belichick talked about how the Denver Broncos are an explosive team on offense. I don't buy it. I got to go with New England on this one.
Are they sneaky explosive?
I guess. I don't know.
And then we've got our Monday night game, Dolphins, Panthers. Panthers 9-point favorites.
Oh, man. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler was looking amazing out of nowhere. He's good for those games every once in a while where he just goes out there and you're like, man, this is what you could have been. What happened? What went wrong?
Panthers win.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to pick Jay Cutler, I mean, like I said, you get one of those games in a season, and that's pretty much it. And it really comes down to if he gets almost hurt, he will go out there and do really well. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers on this one. As much as it pains me, I want to pick my guy Jay. But I got to see him have one good game, so I'm happy.
Well, this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below. What games are you looking forward to? Who do you see winning each of these games for Week 10? Right? Week 10 in the NFL? Wow, the season is just rolling right along. I want to thank you guys for either watching this on YouTube. You got the whole rest of the podcast ahead of you this week. But if you're on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or Stitcher, thank you guys for sticking around for this entire podcast. Housekeeping here at the end. Go check out patreon.com/most valuable podcast. That's where you help support the channel more so than watching, then liking, then subscribing, and also at $10. Patrick did it. His baseball segment is up. Had a great time talking to Patrick Hill. Jake talked last month with the Fast Break podcast. He will be on another podcast this month. How do you do that? Check out the $10 tier, patreon.com. That link is down below in the description. Also, go on to iTunes. If you're listening on your iPhone, you can do it right there. If you're listening on your computer, type it in. Give us a 5-star rating. You can write a nice thing if you want to, like how you love Ricky Widmer, you love Mark Weber, dub them E's, but just give us a rating. That's the most important part. 5 stars for the Onside Kick Primetime Podcast, Fast Break, and Rick and Johnny. Want to thank you guys for watching and or listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.